Hey guys, it's Looch. This week I watched a documentary called David Crosby, Remember My Name. Again, full disclosure, I was never like, obviously if you've ever watched any of these videos, you know I'm somewhat obsessed with the other coast of music, East. And the West Coast music maybe just kind of slipped through the cracks for me. It was really informative and a lot for me to absorb. But David Crosby was not a well-liked person. And this entire documentary, which was produced by Cameron Crowe and directed by AJ Eaton, it is an exploration of his mortality. And he even says, time right now is the most important currency in my life. But having been a part of the Byrds, having been a part of Crosby, Stills, Nash, and then with Neil Young, the crazy thing you learn is that he has burned so many bridges that if he's in search of some redemption at the end of his life, these bridges are burned.
That's probably where my dislike of Morrison started. He pulled my shades off and said, "You can't hide behind those shades." And I, of course, was high on LSD. So I teleported to the other side of the room.
Even 2 years ago, Neil Young said, I can't forgive him and I don't want anything to do with him. And that is harsh. He's apologized to a lot of these people, but he says it himself. Every single person that he's collaborated with or played with does not talk to him. And it does make you wonder. I mean, people can be jerks, we know that, and he seems very honest and open about acknowledging when he was a failure as a friend, a failure as a musician, as a partner. But to go through his entire history, 50 years in music and influencing the sound of those vocals and those harmonies, which I guess just watching the documentary made me realize how big that was in that time, 1960s. And he claims that when the Byrds did Mr. Tambourine Man electric, that's what forced Dylan to go electric. Maybe. But it is a documentary about a man who has made a ton of mistakes, has tried to apologize and make amends, and there are still key players in his life that want nothing to do with him. It's candid. His description of heroin addiction, I have read and heard so many different people talk about what that is, and he boils it down to the essence of the greatest day you ever do heroin is the first time, because every other day after that you're just chasing that high you will never get. It's not about getting high, it's about not feeling. It's really raw, and I think that Cameron Crowe being the interviewer, it does draw out a lot of candid stories from David Crosby. So I would recommend it if you're a fan, even if you're not. It's a really well done documentary. It's David Crosby. It's called Remember My Name.